concession line.
And it's a big one.
It is a big one.
Hopefully there's some play-by-play going on over there in the concession line, because the line is about 20 deep. Plenty of action on the field, though, as you see there, 1-1. Lassonde at second, Magner at first, and there's a strike. Tough strike as Leitner taking an extra look there at home plate umpire Dave Scott. He says, "You got to be kidding me."
They got some work in the Tampa bullpen. You've got a left-hander in there by the name of Sam Steed, who's just doing some soft tossing there. A lot of times they'll do that just to get loose in a hurry when you need to.
And the 1-2, and he gets Leitner. So for St. Leo, no runs on one base hit, one error, and they leave 2. After 7 complete, the Spartans still leading 2-0.
Sunshine Network, Florida's prime network affiliate. Spring means sunshine in Florida, and April's hottest sports action is here on Sunshine Network. First, the NBA's elite come to Florida. The Magic battle the best record in the NBA when Clyde the Glide and the Trailblazers come to the O Arena. Then the Bird is back. Look out! The Celtics land in Orlando. Followed by the human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins and the Hogs. High-flying April action in the NBA. And college baseball kicks into full gear with great matchups and nationally rated teams from the Pac-10, Southwest Conference, and Sunshine State Conference. Spring has just begun, so hit the Light Pro Beach for volleyball. And catch a wave with the Pro Surf Tour in Hawaii. And from European golf to Virginia Slims of Houston. Don't miss the excitement of springtime sports, all on Sunshine Network. Texas rivals collide on the diamond as the Cougars challenge the Bears in a Southwest Conference baseball clash. Houston and Baylor live. Saturday afternoon at 2 Eastern on Prime Network.
There's a couple of great baseball men right there looking on. Fred Cambria, the head coach, on your right. Frank Verde with 50-plus years of experience in baseball, the assistant coach here at St. Leo. And, boy, there's no replacement for that kind of experience.
Absolutely. He's done a great job in the minor league system and is really enjoying his first year of work in college. I also have to mention, Fred had asked me to say hello to a couple of friends of his with a couple of softball teams back in Columbia, South Carolina, the IBs and the Fossils.
Don't mention Fossil around me.
I don't know if I want to play for a team named Fossil either.
It sounds like a senior league team, that we could come up with. As we see David Macaluso, the shortstop here for Tampa, hits a 1-1 pitch hard into center field, going hard and making a great play is the center fielder, Jerry Strauss. Got a slow jump on the ball, but Strauss closed quickly. Nice backhanded play for out number 1.
That ball was hit, and that ball was tailing away from Strauss in center field. As you can see on the ball that was hit in this replay here. Fastball, it was out over the plate going away from him. He went with the pitch and hit it out to center field. Here he is tracking the ball down, makes a nice one-handed catch as he falls to the ground.
Excellent play indeed by Jerry Strauss. And it's Joe Urso, the second baseman, up at bat now for Tampa. Has an RBI on today. Takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. Urso.
I think usually when you have young, small players like Urso, 5'7", you want to get them out with breaking balls. They see more fastballs than anything else because right on through their career, they usually squatted down. The pitchers don't want to walk them, so they see a lot of fastballs. They get to be good fastball hitters, so you usually are a lot better getting them out with breaking balls.
Preseason All-American, as rated by Collegiate Baseball, and is the consensus pick as the best second baseman in the Sunshine State Conference this year. And the 3-0. As Hoy lost him, walked him on 4 pitches. And that is the first walk of the day for Wayne Hoy.
And it looked like to me on that one walk, he just lost his concentration. He'd been throwing strikes. He was ahead of the hitters most of the ball game. Got the first out here in the top of the 8th inning and just lost his concentration.
And with that, Fred Cambria has possibly seen something mechanically, Bill, that he didn't like. You know, he told us that control was going to be the key for Hoy, and pretty much he has had the good control all day. As you see, Lilo Prado there, #1, counseling Tim Venata.
Again, when he's talking to us before the ball game, he mentioned the fact that he's got to stay, and when I say he, Wayne Hoy has to stay 3/4. One of the quickest signs to see that he is starting to lose some of his stuff is when he gets the fastball up in the strike zone.
Looks like Brian Evans, the freshman there, warming up in the bullpen for St. Leo as Venata comes to the plate there and takes a fastball high.
Brian Evans is the best relief pitcher currently with the St. Leo Monarchs. Obviously, in a 2-0 game, they don't want to get it out of hand, so they've got him up early on.
Having trouble finding the strike zone now, Bill. 6 consecutive balls to start the top of the 8th inning. Obviously, this heat, humidity, wearing down a little bit, although Hoy has 3 complete games to his credit this year. Hadn't pitched under these kinds of conditions yet. And there he gets his first strike. Venata taken all the way. Tim Venata, as we mentioned, the transfer from Joe Arnold's club over at the University of Florida. An honorable mention All-American as a freshman, Palm Beach Community College. Hits one hard. And he had the shortstop, Vito Anello, breaking towards second base as the runner was going on the play. Anello could not recover in time, and that's a big break for Tampa, and that created the base hit.
That's really kind of surprising. That was a fastball that Wayne Hoy threw. If you see here on the replay, there's the fastball, and you had the shortstop breaking the cover. Usually on a situation where the fastball is thrown with a right-handed hitter up at the plate, the second baseman will cover. But on that time, maybe they felt that there was going to be a hit and run, and they were going to try to hit to the right side, so they switched coverage there, and in that time it hurt them.
Well, they're in trouble now, Bill. Only 1 out, 2 men on. Hard-hitting Greg Hamilton at the plate. I'm not too sure how many more batters that Wayne Hoy will be able to face here in the top of the 8th. The 1-0. Another ball, fastball down low. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
He definitely looks like he's starting to get a little inconsistent. Again, he had changed his pitching motion on the advice of his coaches so that he could throw a little bit more 3/4. But again, as you get tired, you go back to your natural delivery. He's inconsistent when he throws up over the top.
And you see him shaking that right arm a little bit, taking a little more time now in between pitches as Hamilton hits one hard into right center field. Strauss, the center fielder there, making the play. Tagging is Joe Urso, and he makes it 90 feet up to third base. But that's a big out there as Hamilton goes down with the fly out to center field, and Tampa now 2 gone in the top of the 8th inning.
On that fly ball there, when you look at Jerry Strauss, he had plenty of time to get underneath that ball. He caught the ball actually as he was walking away or running away from home plate. You've got to almost circle around that ball so you can catch the ball and be able to step forward and make a good strong throw. That would have kept the runner on second base.
You're exactly right, because the ball not very deeply hit into center field. But Urso able to tag up and get to third base. And now we see Jeff Stebbins, who is 0 for 3 today, coming in with a .357 average and give him an RBI. Stebbins with a big 2-out base hit there, drives in a run.
And there's a perfect indication if the center fielder Strauss had gotten back and could have made a strong throw to third base, you would have seen on that they probably would have had a play at the plate with the runner coming from second base. Again, fastball on the outside part of the plate. Good bit of hitting going to right field and knocks in the third run for the Tampa Spartans.
You're exactly right. Outstanding at bat there for Stebbins. Good pitch in a pretty good location there. He just went right with it and drove it the other way into right field. Just the 3rd RBI of the year for Jeff Stebbins, but a big one as it gives Tampa now a 3-0 lead in the top of the 8th inning. And at the plate now for Tampa will be Ryan Strayer, the center fielder, coming in with a .229 average, is 1 for 2 today. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Got a clean base hit in the fourth and then lined out in the sixth. Takes the first pitch up high for ball one.
Wayne Hoy's got to have a little bit of a gut check right here. Got 2 outs. Got to get this hitter out of here. Keep his team in the ball game.
Oh, and he got a piece of the bat. Strayer a little unhappy with himself. Squared to bunt, drew the infield in, but he couldn't pull the bat out of the way in time.
Let's see where this ball hit the bat. Look at that hit on the bottom part of the bat, below his hands.
Did.
I've never seen that.
He tried to pull the bat back out of the way, and it hit right on the heel, right on the end of the bat there.
Where the knob is.
And it's strike one. And the 1-1. Off-speed stuff. Good play by J.J. Johnson to get out there and smother that one. Keep it from getting away, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, without a doubt, I have never seen anyone had a foul ball before when he was going to fake a bunt and hit it below his hands on the bat. Although I have seen some people when they've gotten knocked down where just by putting their hands up with the bat in their hand get hit on the bottom of the bat. But
and the 2-1. Strayer hits it down to Vitello, who cannot make the play. Vitello throws it in the dirt. 1 run is in, and they're going to hold him up at third. Frank Carmichael holds up Jeff Stebbins over there at third base, but another run in for Tampa. Another very costly error for St. Leo. They should have been out of the inning.
here's the ground ball. This should have gotten him out of the inning. Wayne Hoy hits the ground ball to Anello at shortstop. He comes up with it cleanly, but again, he makes that short one-hop throw. The first baseman in that situation cannot take his stride before he sees the ball being released. Once he sees the ball being released, if the ball's going to one-hop in that situation, you're much better off coming off the bag, making the catch. You're certainly not going to get the out, but you're going to prevent a bad toss and the runners moving up into better scoring position and, of course, giving up the fourth run of this game.
Well, Magner over there has had some problems today at first base. He's really one of 3 first basemen that St. Leo have. Lassonde also plays first base along with Ed Bagacki, so he is not what you would consider an everyday type first baseman, and he's had his problems today.
And you really can't blame him too much because of the fact that the throws were bad. They, were short by 4 or 5 feet.
We'll remind you again, the Orlando All-Star Classic coming your way this Thursday live on Sunshine Network. Doubleheader action begins at 6 o'clock. Join us at the Orlando Arena, and you'll see indeed a who's who of college basketball players and a lot of future pros going to be hit the parquet court on Thursday. As we see Brian Evans coming on now to pitch for St. Leo, 3-1 on the season, 4.21 ERA, and you see there the leader in terms of saves on the team with 4. 12 earned runs allowed in 25 2/3 innings pitched.
One thing you don't want to see in a young man who's a stopper, though, is have more base on balls than strikeouts pitched, especially when you're in a closing role. Not only do you want to be able to keep runners off the base by throwing as many strikes, trying to get as many ground balls as possible, but in this situation when you're walking people, you're just really throwing gas on the fire.
And as you see Brian Evans there, the freshman, continuing his warm-up. Here's a look at some of the players who you'll see. Anthony Avent from Seton Hall, Darren Chancellor of Southern Miss. I tell you, Southern Miss, a real disappointment there later in the year. Mark Randall, one of the big surprises this year for the Kansas Jayhawks. LaBradford Smith of Louisville. And you see there some of the other great players and some of the coaches. Pat Kennedy of Florida State, P.J. Carlesimo of Seton Hall, Clem Haskins, formerly of Western Kentucky, doing a great job at Minnesota, and Roy Williams, talk about great jobs, leading Kansas to a Final Four appearance and a win over his former boss, Dean Smith. As coming in now, Matt Snyder getting the fly ball. Who's going to make the play? It is Butch Valdez, and that does it for Tampa, but they get a couple of runs on only 1 base hit. And in the middle of the 8th inning, it's 4-0 Tampa.
You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh.
You got the right thing.
You got baby, you got the right one.
There's only one right one, baby. You got the right one, baby.
Think you can sing our song? Send your videotape performance and you could win $10,000 and appear in a Diet Pepsi commercial.
It's a beautiful afternoon at St. Leo College. Tampa with 4 runs on 6 hits and an error. St. Leo no runs on 4 hits and 4 errors through 7 1/2. And here's a look at some of the batting leaders in the Sunshine State Conference. That's Matt Schweffler from FIT leading the way at 415. Todd Taylor from Florida Southern right behind him. Matt Moudre from Eckerd. And Ozzie Timmons batting 363 for Tampa, but not in the lineup today. Bill Dennehy, he's had a little bit of an injury and getting a chance to rest today.
I think it's a smart move, too. You obviously go into the toughest part of your conference schedule. They were hoping they could sit him out and they would score enough runs without him. They haven't done a lot of hitting today, but of course, with the 4 errors that St. Leo's have made things pretty easy going for Gary Graham.
I beg your pardon, Dave Schweffler from FIT leading the way in the Sunshine State Conference with a gaudy average. 415 here as we're going late in the season. He's having a great year, and having a great fielding day is Vito Anello. Held hitless thus far today, though, 0 for 2. Takes a fastball up and in. That's 2 balls and no strikes from Gary Graham, who has gone all the way so far for the Tampa Spartans.
He's had 9 starts to date, 4 complete games.
Gets Anello to pop it up out of play.
That's another stat you don't see too much, even in Major League Baseball, complete games. I remember when I was with the Tigers, my roommate, Mickey Lolich, had 29 complete games. You don't see a staff have that many now.
Oh, that's incredible. Anello hits one hard right at the shortstop. Macaluso, the hard one-hopper, he can't come up with it. And they're going to give him a base hit, and rightly so. That was a shot that Macaluso not able to come up with. Hit number 5 on the day for St. Leo.
Here's the replay. Good fastball on the outside part of the plate. And unfortunately on that one, he got himself in front of it, Macaluso, but he just had the tough spin on that and played it off to his side. There's not really much you can do about situations like that.
That tough one-hopper really handcuffed him. And now we go back to the top of the order. Jerry Strauss, who takes the fastball. 4-1. And Strauss fouls one away. The count evens now. Add 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now Strauss has to do a little bit better job of thinking as he's going up to the plate on that one. No balls, or 1 ball and no strikes. You want to look at a fastball. Graham threw him the fastball inside off the plate and took a swing on it, fouled it off. You want to be able to get a ball out over the plate when you're ahead of the pitcher.
Strauss out of Tallahassee Lincoln High School. One of the tri-captains on this year's team is Greg Hamilton. Going to go out and have a word with Gary Graham. Looks like the two might have been crossed up a little bit on that pitch.
That happens every so often. A lot of times late in the game you might want to change signs, or you might have the right pitch, wrong location. So it's a good thing for a catcher who's in charge. Get out to the pitcher. It gives him a little breather and also keeps the pitcher in the game.
And you're looking at a couple of youngsters out there. Graham, as we mentioned, just a freshman. Hamilton himself, just a sophomore.
Again, off-speed pitch when he is behind the hitter. A hitter has to start looking for some off-speed pitches when they find themselves behind the pitcher.
We saw a good one there. And the 2-2, he gets another off-speed pitch. Lifted high and not too deep into center field. Strayer coming on and makes the play. Ryan Strayer, your center fielder, makes the play for the first out of the 8th inning.
When you get a pitcher who's throwing this many off-speed breaking balls and changeups, when you go up to the plate, especially as a right-handed hitter, you really have to start looking to try to hit the ball from the shortstop towards the right field line. Wait on the ball as long as you can. Try to get your hands through first, where you're going to drag the bat head through and hit the ball to the right side.
And here's Ulysses Call Me Butch Valdez. 1 for 3 today. Popped out a couple of times. Was caught stealing back in the 4th inning. Takes the first pitch and hits it hard and high in that short porch, but Bill, it's going to be just foul. Just about 20 feet to the right of that foul pole, just 310 down the right field line. And I tell you, had he laid off that just an instant longer, that would have cut that lead in half.
Sure would have. And of course, as a pitcher, you kind of have a deep sigh of relief on making a bad pitch like that. But now it's just a question of coming back and throwing a good hard pitch.
And he comes right back with a breaking ball, misses down and away, and the count even now, 1-1. And he just has missed with a fastball again. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Valdez, really not a home run threat at all, has yet to hit one in this 1991 season. 15 RBIs to his credit.
And nothing makes a pitcher feel as bad as giving up a home run to a non-home run hitter.
Right.
You don't mind when you give it to the Canseco's and the fielders, but when you get these Punch and Judys hitting home runs off you, then you got to check yourself.
There's the hard one. Good play, good stop down there by Stebbins, but they don't get him. Everybody's safe. A hard hit ball by Butch Valdez. And everybody's safe for St. Leo. Indeed, it will be an error on the first baseman.
Here's the ground ball to the first side. Stebbins tried to backhand that ball. He mixed it up. A lot of times you don't even want to take a chance on throwing the ball. Once you made the error, just hold on to the baseball so you don't make a bad throw and have the runners advance. You also see a lot of major league and college coaches recruit left-handed fielding first basemen, primarily because of the fact that they can throw the second base that much easier and also apply the tag on the runner who goes back to first base. Got some activity in the Tampa bullpen.
Number 19, Sam Steed, the left-hander, warming up along with Steve White, the right-hander, as St. Leo really with its first legitimate scoring threat today. 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Graham now struggling a little bit, as we have seen from Wayne Hoy, starting probably to get a little bit tired, and understandably so at this point in the ball game. Nearing that 100 pitch mark. And the 1-0 to J.J. Johnson, missing again up high. And it's 2-0, and that's very dangerous when you start missing high with those breaking balls.
Absolutely, and I think at this point in time, as we see the pitching coach, Marty Reed, go out to the mound, he just wants to settle down his pitcher and also give his 2 bullpen pitchers an opportunity to get loose in the bullpen. But at this point in time in the game, you just primarily want to just tell them to relax, to slow down, to concentrate a little bit more, to get the ball down. You want to see how he feels, and you also want to get to the catcher and try to set up both mentally between the catcher and the pitcher what the next pitch is going to be.
There you see Steed, the junior left-hander who was up and warming earlier, and also another junior out of Brandon, Florida, Steve White, the big right-hander, 6'1", 215, who is the hardest thrower on the team. They are likely to see some heat here should Steve White be the man called on. But the 2-0. There's a strike, breaking ball just on the inside corner, and the count now on J.J. Johnson. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1, good breaking ball, lifted high in the air and deep. Strayer going back, makes the play, and they're going to have to cut that one off as the runner out at second, Vito Anello, beats it over to third base on the play, but there are now 2 outs in the St. Leo half of the 8th inning.
Well, that time Ryan Strayer at least played the ball the correct way defensively. He made sure that he circled around the ball, was in a good position to field it and make the strong throw to third base. Valdez, good speed, though, and beat it easily.
So it's going to take a 2-out rally if St. Leo is to cut into this 4-0 Tampa lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As you see the numbers on Ray Bush today. Not good. Lined out in the first, flied out in the 4th, and grounded out in the 7th. The meat of the order has not been very productive today for St. Leo. The 4, 5, 6 hitters in particular. 3 strikeouts there, several flyouts. Looking for a big hit here. There's the fastball. Outside corner, strike 1.
Here's the final stats on Wayne Hoy. He went 7 2/3 innings, struck out 1, walked 1, gave up 4 runs, only 1 earned, and 6 hits. So he really didn't get the type of defensive support he was looking for today.
He certainly did. And that one hit off the fist. Going to be a tough play for Strayer, but he comes in and makes the play. So the St. Leo rally goes by the boards. Only 1 base hit, and they leave 2. After 8 complete, Tampa leads it by 4-0.
If you weren't in the stands for Nolan Ryan's dramatic 6 no-hitter,
as he has thrown no-hitter number 6 against the Oakland A's.
his spine-tingling 5,000 strikeout,
He struck him out swinging.
and the history-making 300th win, now you can be with Nolan Ryan's official video history. Nolan Ryan, Feel the Heat. Call 1-800-356-6000 for a box seat for the most spectacular moments in Nolan's career. See highlights from his days with the Mets, Angels, Astros, and Rangers. You'll see big moments and celebrate the strikeouts that crown Nolan Ryan King of the K's. You'll visit Nolan at home, hear the master explain his techniques, and with a special Ryan Cam, feel the heat firsthand. Plus, with each purchase, receive a unique Nolan Ryan Feel the Heat t-shirt, absolutely free. Dial 1-800-356-6000 to order Nolan Ryan's official video history. $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling. Call 1-800-356-6000 and climb aboard the Ryan Express.
This weekend, the nation's best college baseball teams square off for a 3-game series that could unseat the #1 school in the country. Miami, the Hurricanes have blown into the 4th spot in the polls with an all-around game unmatched for intensity. Florida State, the Seminoles captured the top spot in the country during their 22-game winning streak. Game 1 live Friday at 7 Eastern on Prime Network. Available on most Prime affiliates.
4 runs on 6 hits and a couple of errors for Tampa. No runs, 5 hits, and 4 big errors for St. Leo today. And as we told you at the top of the show, Tampa number 3 in the country right now in the Division II rankings, right behind Jacksonville State and their arch rival here in the Sunshine State Conference, Florida Southern. There you see Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in at number 4. Also from the Sunshine State Conference, FIT number 13. And these same Monarchs from St. Leo in at number 21, and Rollins College also receiving votes within the top 35 in the country. Year in, year out, some of the best baseball around played right here in the Sunshine State Conference as you take a look at Julio Ramirez, the number 9 hitter for Tampa, leading things off here in the top of the 9th inning for the Spartans. Fouls it back and falls behind 0-2. And there you take a look at Wayne Hoy.
Being iced down.
Had a long day. And the fastball from Evans down and away. 1-2 now.
It's amazing how far the medical profession has come with baseball. A lot of times you've seen 20 years ago a guy come up with a sore arm. He'd be out of the game, and now you can just get to the point of getting some arthroscopic surgery. You can be back in the same season.
Absolutely, as Evans gets Ramirez on strikes. The first strikeout of the game for Evans. Just the second strikeout, though, for Tampa today.
Good curveball. Anytime you get ahead of a hitter and you can drop that curveball in there, it's going to make it tough, and certainly you made a good pitch on that one.
So we go back to the top of the order and say hello once again to Rod Kelly. Rod 0 for 4 on the day. Takes a look at a great fastball right at the knees. Outside corner, strike 1.